We all know the phenomenon that is Bridgerton. I finished season 3. I'm all the way caught up with the show. It's one of my favorite shows that is currently out now. It's so good. Today, I'm going to be taking a little BuzzFeed. I think it's like almost like a bracket type of thing where I'm going to be figuring out my favorite character. I don't even know who I would put as my favorite character. I'm not going to lie. There's a couple off the top of my head that I know that I like a lot, but I haven't really given much thought as to who's my definitive favorite. But we're going to do this little showdown thing here, and we're going to figure it out. We're going to see. Who knows? I'm not even too sure what the final answer is going to be. Okay. We're starting off with two of my favorites. We got Daphne versus Eloise in what seems to be the first matchup of the showdown here. I'm assuming it's like a bracket thing, considering it's like a showdown type style. Man, I love both of these girls. Not going to lie. Eloise might edge it out, only because Daphne's really only in season 1 and ever so slightly in season 2. But we don't blame Phoebe for that. Obviously, we blame the dude in that scenario that didn't want to show up anymore. Is what it is. Don't want to really blame Daphne too much for that, because again, not her fault. Absolutely love Daphne, but Eloise is freaking hilarious. I'm rooting for her. I can't wait for her season. And two, like on the plus side, I've been watching some Bridgerton like cast interviews and stuff recently from season 3, and Claudia Jessie is like just the best person ever. Super hilarious, super cool and awesome. I think Eloise ever so slightly wins that. Colin versus Simon, I mean, come on. Instant winner there. Colin's a sweetheart. Oh, damn, this is tough too. Lady Danbury versus Lady Violet Bridgerton. I love both of these characters so much. Like they're a duo. You know, they're at their best together. You can't split them up. Season 1, it would have definitely been Lady Danbury. But season 2 and 3, like Violet and her conversations with her children and how heartwarming that's been. Like she's gotten into my good graces so much. Like season 1, she was cool and all, but it would have been clear Lady Danbury. But now it's so close. I loved Lady Danbury in season 2. Season 3, I think I've liked Violet more. I can't lie. Off of season 3, I would do Violet, but off of seasons 1 and 2, I would do Lady Danbury. So I think I'm going to do Lady Danbury. But it's so close. But I'm going to go Lady Danbury. I don't know what just happened with this. Marina Thompson versus Prince Friedrich. I mean, it's Marina, I guess. She's cool, and Friedrich's kind of just there. I don't know how that's a first-round matchup, and we're getting rid of Violet and Daphne already. Anthony Bridgerton and Philippa Featherington. I mean, Philippa's funny, but it's clearly Anthony. Penelope Featherington and Cressida. I mean, yeah. Alice Mondrich versus Sienna Rosso. Ooh. I mean, it's Alice, right? Alice is a sweetheart, but Sienna's cool. We'll give it to Mrs. Mondrich. Hyacinth and Gregory. You know what? Hyacinth always just has the energy. I think we're going to go with Hyacinth. I think we appreciate the energy that she's always bringing to the table. Prudence versus Benedict. Again, Prudence is kind of funny sometimes, but it's Benedict. This is a long one. We got a lot of characters here. Francesca and Edwina. They're I see them as very, very like the same person almost. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know. I might say Edwina. Francesca is just kind of, I don't know. Maybe I go Francesca. They're like the same person, honestly. I can go either way. I guess I'll go Edwina. It's the same person in my eyes. Genevieve versus Lady Portia. I mean, for the drama and everything like that, we gotta give it to her. Queen Charlotte versus Miss Varley. I mean, it's like, we'll go with the Queen. Why not? Kate Sharma versus Jack Featherington. Come on. Easy winner here. Love me some Kate. Brimsley versus Nigel Bearbrook. Okay. Yeah, it's Brimsley. I forgot about Nigel, my God. Will Mondrich versus Lord Debling. I mean, Debling's fine. Like, he's just there. It's Mondrich. Mondrich is cool. He's fine. I mean, he's just kind of there too, I guess, but he's more there. Mr. Finch versus John Sterling. Give me John Sterling. He's cool. Lord Marcus Anderson and King George. It has to be Marcus. I really hope that I haven't read the books. I really hope that if him and Miss Bridgerton get together, it doesn't take away from the scenes that we get with Miss Bridgerton and her kids. Because I feel like we don't have that enough. Whoa! Just realized we're back to the top of the order. Two of my favorites here, Eloise and Colin. This is really tough. This is really tough. I love them both for different reasons. Like Eloise is like hilarious and she's strong, and like I really just want her to do her own thing and to be happy. But then Colin is like the epitome of an absolute sweetheart, and we just got him and Penelope, and that was great and that was fantastic. And like Colin's just so sweet, you know? He's just such a nice guy, and I love that. I love that for him. Eloise or Colin? Yo, this is horrible. This is incredible. This could potentially be the final. Man, I think I'm gonna ever so slightly give it to Eloise. Very slightly. I love Colin. Damn. Marina versus Lady Danbury. This is Lady Danbury. Anthony versus Penelope. Yo, this is also a tough one. Man. Again, I didn't read the books, so Penelope, like, I loved Penelope season 1. I didn't like her when I found out she was Whistledown, and like the way that she almost kind of snapped at Eloise a little bit. Because I thought Eloise had every right to be angry, but Penelope was like trying to justify herself and stuff like that for lying to her friend for so long. Didn't like her then. Season 3 though, Penelope's great. Anthony though, and didn't love Anthony season 1, but then season 2 made me a little bit angry because it took him a while to come around. But like him and Kate's storyline is so fantastic. But I think I have to give it to Penelope. I have to. I think so. Ever so slightly. Alice versus Hyacinth. Ooh, I don't know. Because Alice is like great, but she's also kind of just there. Hyacinth brings the energy though, which I really like. She's always so like excited and happy with everything that's going on. And I think that's a lot of fun. So we'll go Hyacinth. Why not? Who's next? Benedict and Edwina. This is another favorite here. I love me some Benedict. I don't love him in season 3 though, because it feels like we only ever got him doing steamy scenes. And it's like, you know what? Go off, King, do your thing. But I want more like, some of my favorite scenes are him and Eloise on the swing and just having like that heart-to-heart sibling kind of moment. We need more of that. But Benedict's great. Love Benedict. Lady Portia versus Queen Charlotte. This has got to be Portia. She's just always bringing the drama and the craziness, and it's great. You need that. Kate versus Brimsley. It's obviously Kate. Kate's fantastic. Love Kate. Mondrich versus John Sterling. This one, don't really care either way. They're both cool. They're both also just kind of there. I'll give Mondrich for the longevity. He's been around since season 1, so why not? Lord Marcus Anderson versus Eloise. Sorry, Marcus. Sorry, it's Eloise. Pretty clearly as well. Lady Danbury versus Penelope. This is tough. I think I'm going to give the slight edge to Lady Danbury. Am I, though? Because again, like I didn't like Penelope for that little stretch of time, but she did redeem herself. She's great in season 3. I don't like the Whistledown parts of it, though. Like, I just don't like... I don't know. I liked her more when I didn't know she was Whistledown. She was just so sweet and caring, and she was Eloise's best friend, and she had this crush on Colin, and I just thought she was great and deserved the world. And then the Whistledown stuff came out, and it was like this other side of her that I didn't love that much. But, I don't know. I love Lady Danbury. I think I gotta go Lady Danbury. I love Lady Danbury. She's great. Hyacinth versus Benedict. Love the energy, Hyacinth, but this is probably your cap anyway, the top 8. It's pretty far. It's Benedict. Love Benedict. Lady Portia versus Kate. Love you, Portia. It's Kate. Love Kate more. She's fantastic. I don't give her as much blame as I do for Anthony in season 2, because, like, man, first of all, love their story. Love season 2. My boy Anthony was just taking forever to figure out his feelings. You know what I'm saying? Forever. And Kate was at least, you know, she has her sister and everything like that, and she has plans to go back to India. And I get that Anthony was being, like, you know, responsible and whatever, but it's like, dude, you've been crushing on this girl since you saw her on her horse. Let's lock in a little bit, shall we? Like, him and Simon both. Simon in season 1, him in season 2, like, these boys take forever to figure out when they have, like, this wonderful, amazing, perfect woman in front of them. And it's a little annoying. But anyway, Eloise versus Mondrich. I mean, it's Eloise. That's an easy one. Top 4 now. Lady Danbury versus Benedict. Ooh. This is close. This is really close. Lady Danbury, I feel like, has been more important so far to the story, because Benedict's just kind of been there. I love him, but he's just kind of been there. But we all know that we're gonna get a Benedict season eventually, and when that happens, he might become my favorite character at that point. The issue right now is like, at least early on seasons too, like he had his art and he had other stuff going on, but he just hasn't really been that involved in the story. Like, and my favorite parts of Benedict too, again, like on the swing with Eloise and when he's having like the brotherly moments with Anthony and Colin. And we didn't really get that in season 3. And that made me upset a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Just a little bit. This is tough. I'm really thinking about this. I might go Lady Danbury. But I love Benedict. I really do. This is so tough. I'm at a loss right now. I don't know which way to go. It's literally a toss-up. I love them both. Benedict or Lady Danbury. I'm gonna go with Lady Danbury. Ever so slightly. I love her. She's great. She's fantastic. Now we got Kate versus Eloise. Yo. This one's also tough. I love Eloise. This is kind of like the same thing as Daphne versus Kate. Like, Kate just doesn't have the longevity that Eloise does because she wasn't there in season 1. She's a little bit there in season 3, which is great. She gets, her man wanted to stick around a little bit, so that's great. But I think it has to be Eloise because longevity's got to play a part in it. Like, we get Kate for a season and a bit, we get Eloise at minimum in bits of 3 seasons, and she's pretty focal in each season, I'd say. She's not like the main character in any of the seasons the way that Kate was the main character in season 2, but she's probably the main supporting character, I'd say. Or she's up there at least. She's a top 5 important character in every season, I'd say. I think, out the top of my head. So I think that plays a factor. So I think I give it to Eloise ever so slightly. And then the final, we've got Lady Danbury versus Eloise. I think it's Eloise. I think it's close. But I think whether you give me Lady Danbury or you give me Benedict in the situation, both, same situation applies for both, where it's very close. And I think that's probably my top 3. I think it'd be Benedict, Lady Danbury, and then Eloise at the top. I think it's Eloise, though. Some of this might also be Claudia Jessie tax because she's so fantastic and wonderful and amazing from the interviews that I've been watching recently, and she's so hilarious. But I just love Eloise, too. Like, I can't wait for her season. I really can't. I want her to have the world. Both Claudia and Eloise. They're both there. I mean, they're the same person. So I'm going to go with Eloise. I think that's my favorite character. And we're done. That's the bracket / showdown / game on BuzzFeed. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I was hoping there was going to be like a little bit of I wish it showed me like what percentage of people, like how they sometimes have those like little BuzzFeed situations where it tells you the percentage of people that thought this opinion versus this opinion. I wish I kind of had that one. I'm interested to see who people's favorite character is because I feel like it can be split. Like I can see people saying Penelope, I can see people saying Lady Danbury, I can see people saying Eloise, I can see people saying Daphne or Anthony or Colin. Like there's a lot of just great characters here. I don't think there's a far and away number 1 option here. I can easily see like 6 or 7 characters that people would be like, yeah, that's my favorite. Even Lady Violet. I can see people saying Lady Violet's their favorite character. I can see even people saying like Portia's their favorite character just because why not? So, I mean, that's part of what makes Bridgerton so great is like there's just so many characters that you can kind of deep dive into, which is great, which is fantastic. But yeah, I think for me it's Eloise. Let me know down below who your favorite character is. Is it Eloise? Is it Colin? Is it Anthony? Daphne? Let me know. I'm really interested to see because I have no idea.